My name is Troops, and I am the wise man, and I would like to introduce the reigning, defending, undisputed, undefeated world champion, Carefree Lewis G.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Carefree Reacts. Welcome back to day 32 of the 1,461-day reign as your world champions. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And today we are going to be dealing with one of Chelsea's greatest enemies. Man like Jamie Carragher, the man who has managed to do a lot over the last couple of years to downplay, ridicule, and mock what Chelsea's been doing over the last couple of years. And there was a time where a lot of Chelsea fans would have listened because there was a lot of doubt over the direction of this football club. But now, the trophies, the victories, and the recent record, and also the way that we're playing speaks for itself. The mood and the narratives that are being run about Chelsea Football Club have to be changed. But the same candidates are not doing that. They are just downplaying our success at every available opportunity. And I'm here to cook them for that. Some people will be like, oh, we don't care what Jamie Carragher says and everything. And I respect that. But for me, when you're a pundit for a worldwide watched organization and all you do is try and downplay the success of my football club, I'm going to be here to debunk and to cook the people responsible for that. And the main culprit, as we've already said, is Mr. I don't speak negatively about Chelsea. I'll give my honest opinion, which hasn't changed in the last 12 months. Meanwhile, all he's doing is honestly trying to talk down on all of the recent successes of our football club. And it starts off with this video that dropped today.
Doing it all right between you.
We're the greatest team in the world right now. Back to we're the greatest team in the world. So I feel like that's a fair. We are the proper competition. Lifting silverware in New York City is significant.
See that, by the way? It's not a proper competition. A FIFA-branded World Cup, the first of its kind, is not a proper competition.
Lifting silverware in New York City is significant.
World champions.
Champions of
How
the
can you be
world.
champions of the world if the champions of England, Spain, and Italy weren't even in the
Did you see what we did to the champions of Europe?
So, yeah, you haven't answered my question.
You see how he didn't want to answer that one, by the way?
I'm basing it on what we did to the champions of Europe.
Okay.
And therefore, 3-1 is a good price for Chelsea to win the league.
Big up Rory Jennings, even for backing Chelsea to win the league, by the way. But of course, Jamie Carragher had to do his waffle about, oh, but the champions of England and Italy and all of that weren't there. Don't worry. We're going to get to that in a little second because I just want to bring up the entire clip from that time. And we're just going to break it down right here. Big up to every single one of you. Hit the likes, subscribe, and let's get straight into this waffle sesh.
I still can't get me head around it. It's still got to be fixed. You can't have the World Club Cup and not have the champions of England, Spain, and Italy in it. That's just bizarre.
You see this stupid narrative, by the way. You can't have a World Cup and not have the champions of England, the champions of Italy, the champions of Spain, and all of that. First off, actually, no, the champions of Spain were in there, to be fair, because I think Real Madrid won their league. But first off, did anybody run this narrative when the Intercontinental Cup was formerly known as the World Cup and Liverpool won it in 2019? Where was the champions of England that time? Because Manchester City won it that season. Where was the champions of Italy? Where was the champions of Germany? Where was the champions of basically every other league? They weren't there. Why? Because it is based off what you do in your Champions League. And the maddest thing is, right, Jamie Carragher knows this, but he has to keep his agenda running because he's dug himself too deep of a hole. And he hasn't got, like, he can't admit that he's wrong. He has to keep running this narrative. He has to keep dragging it into the ground because he's already said too much about Chelsea Football Club. But this narrative that isn't just run by Jamie Carragher, but it's run by a ton of rival fans, is a load of BS. You do not win your domestic competitions and get into a World Cup. You win your continental competitions. You win your Champions Leagues and you get into the conversation. You don't get into the conversation of just winning a measly domestic league. Get in the bin. Get in the bin.
They're the 3 biggest leagues probably in the world.
But
and
it's
the
not
champions
about
of all
that.
3.
It's about being the champion of your continent over the past. So there will potentially be.
There we go. Big up Rory. That's the second time I've said that in a video. Bomber Clark.
An Italian representative if an Italian team in the next 4 years wins the European Cup. Like, that's just the metric to get into the tour.
No, that's what I'm saying. For me, that has to change. It doesn't feel right. That sort of.
Well, it doesn't feel right, guys. It doesn't feel correct to me. It hurts my feelings. You see, when man start talking about feelings like they're gal, that's how you know the argument's already dead. When you're speaking in facts, you're speaking in feelings, you're speaking in emotion, you're speaking in how things make you feel.
That Champions League went from like 4 or 5 years ago. It was different manager, completely different players. And then you say we won the. It's a completely different.
The best teams.
I think it's the best in the world.
It's more meritocratic.
It's like saying like the former world champions shouldn't be viewed as world champions in the next World Cup because they'd have a completely different team and completely different players. This again talking into the whole feminine, this how I feel argument. So what if the team and the players are different? Ultimately, you win a Champions League, you get into a World Cup as a result of that, because you have won your team's continental trophy. It's as simple as that. You just don't like it because the World Cup absolutely kills all of your dead takes about Chelsea Football Club from the past. All of them dead takes that we are again going to bring up just to remind everybody. Just because, why not, innit?
And players have got to stop signing for Chelsea.
Back from the top.
Chelsea have just got to stop buying players. And players have got to stop signing for Chelsea. I don't know why, if I was a player, I would look at that Chelsea project. Why would you sign? The only reason why you would sign is because someone might say, your agent might say, we're getting a 7-year deal on big money. That's guaranteed money.
Big money, by the way. Man was still trying to run the big money narrative. Oh, they're going to get big money if we move to another club. Let me show you lot this. Just for the sake of debunking this one final time. Here's the big money that we're talking about. All of these brothers signed before the sporting directors, Sterling, James, Fofana, and Kunku. Enzo is on the highest paycheck of 180k a week, one of the most improved players of this season. And then what? Caicedo on 150k a week. Cucurella, the best in the world at left back, only at 175. Cole Palmer at 130k a week. Oh yeah, we're getting big money, guys. 130k a week guaranteed without bonuses. What great big money that is. Man, like even tossing on a free only on 120k. Delap just signed on 100k a week. João Pedro, is this money even here? Nah, he hasn't even got his one dropped here yet. Nicholas Jackson, let's sign for 100k a week. KDH, yeah, let's sign on big money, 80k a week. Absolute waffler. But we're going to keep going because I actually want to see how the rest of this video went out anyway.
You know what I'd say? Back yourself as a player. Sign a 4-year deal at a proper club and back yourself to do well. And then
what's a more proper club than your world champions, by the way?
When you're due for a renewal, your money goes up anyway. I don't understand why players are signing 7-year deals.
What if you backed yourself as a player anyway, Jamie, and you saw the list of names that are there and you're saying, I could be part of that?
Part of what?
Part of this young, exciting team that could be.
It's not a young and exciting team. You've bought João Felix, right? Tell me where.
It's not a young and exciting team, guys.
He's going to play. They've signed Neto a week ago. Where's he going to play when you've already got Cole Palmer? So,
did you see where Neto played in the World Cup?
Can't you play those three? Can't you play
tell
Palmer,
me where would you play Enzo Fernandez, £100 million player who played number 10?
You see this brother, he was asking all these questions about where these players are going to play. Does that not just sound like great depth? If you've got questions about where these players are going to play, that sounds like you've got a lot of good depth within the squad if there are so many selection headaches. And now there's even more selection headaches because we've improved the squad around us. Although this was something that Jamie Carragher, again, recently decided to try and talk down on. We go back to the first quote. My comments about players not signing for them is to do with the revolving door at the club, where they just swap players with the same ability. Have we swapped players with the same ability? João Felix out and João Pedro in. Have we swapped players with the same ability? Madueke leaving and Esteval coming in instead of him. Have we swapped players with the same ability? Liam Delap coming in for Nicholas Jackson. Have we just swapped players with the same ability? Dewsbury Hall leaving and Andre Santos coming into the team. Have we just swapped players with the same ability? I think not. What I think is Jamie Carragher has yet again been caught waffling about the gargantuan, superior, incredible, and inevitable Blues. But it's a narrative that he just has to keep going. But again, I don't speak negatively about Chelsea. I give my honest opinion. And here is his honest opinion about a Chelsea team that has won, I think, 15 out of their last 17 games, won 2 trophies within that time, and have also conquered the world. This is the opinion of Jamie Carragher after all of this has happened.
They will struggle.
Chelsea.
Which one's Candy?
Chelsea's hot take. Hot take on Chelsea from you.
Hot take from Chelsea on me.
Come on.
I don't think Chelsea will qualify out of the Champions League group stage.
Hot take.
Oh,
Hot
that
take.
is a hot take.
Hot take.
Okay, see, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
What's your hot take? Your hot take weren't hot enough, Jill.
Yeah, it
Do you
was.
not think?
What was it?
Wow, none of them even tried to press him on that. That is the maddest part. But Chelsea not even getting out of the group stages. A team that has just won 2 knockout competitions is apparently going to get grouped. Not even get into the playoffs, just get grouped. With that, people, Jamie Carragher, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I keep doing what I'm doing. Because I'm sick to death of Chelsea having horrible, horrible representation on Sky, BBC, and all the big platforms. Because all we ever seem to do is get spoken down on, disrespected. We get all of our achievements minimized. And we get barely any praise for actually proving people wrong. So we're just going to cook the dickheads anyway for it. But that's all that we have time for today anyway. So your world champions are leaving the building. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you agree with some of that BS, let us know why. We'll keep a lookout in the comments. And yeah, big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Day 32 of the 1,461-day reign. Like, subscribe, all of that crap. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Up the chat.